Bad Girl Turbo started out as a love letter to 90s action games. Simple, accessible, and unapologetically fun, much like Die Hard Trilogy and GoldenEye. When I first conceptualized the game, I had a clear vision of what it would be. A fast-paced, no-nonsense shooter that captures the essence of those classic experiences. As you may know from following this series, the challenges of solo development combined with feature creep led me to restart the project earlier this year. This time I had a specific goal: to create a playable build in time for a biannual LAN event. A tight deadline that truly pushed my skills and creativity. What you're seeing here is the result of that effort. Getting it done in time was no small feat, but it was worth it. Watching my friends play the build at the LAN event provided me with valuable insights. Even though their feedback might have been biased, it highlighted areas I had overlooked, things that hadn't stood out to me because I was so deep into the development process. Based on their playthroughs, I identified key areas for improvement. One major takeaway was that the game needed to do a better job of teaching players how everything works. To address this, I redesigned the first level, closing up a previously existing path, making the level more linear. I also reduced the number of enemies and adjusted the lighting to better guide players through the environment. After making these changes, I took a step back to reflect on the game's direction. At the heart of Bad Girl Turbo is an homage to the 90s, not just in aesthetics but in gameplay. While today's games often fall into either expansive open worlds or linear scripted experiences, I'm aiming for something different. I want to recreate the open-ended level design of games like GoldenEye and, as mentioned before, Die Hard Trilogy, where players have the freedom to explore and approach challenges in their own way, whether that means going stealthy or charging in guns blazing. To support this vision, I've been refining enemy AI and level design. Previously, I mentioned that enemies would swarm the player if they heard gunfire. I've since improved this by eliminating enemy movement within their patrol areas. Now, if they hear distant gunfire, they'll seek cover instead of investigating, ensuring a more desirable gameplay flow. Exploration should be rewarding, so I'm introducing an in-game currency called bucks. Players will earn bucks not just from scoring points, but also by finding items scattered throughout the environment. These bucks can be spent in the new item shop, which appears after each level. The shop is divided into tabs for each weapon category: pistol, shotgun, automatic, and special. And consumable. Players can only carry one weapon of each type, encouraging them to experiment with different loadouts to suit their playstyle. The weapons themselves are designed with unique characteristics to make each one feel fun and interesting. Rather than having a strict progression from weak to strong, every weapon offers something different, allowing players to find the combination that works best for them. This approach not only adds variety, but also enhances replayability, as players can try out different strategies in each playthrough. I've also started replacing Invector's built-in weapons with custom ones, for both players and enemies, and I've begun changing enemy appearances. While these enemy models are still placeholders, they already make the game look more polished. The two-tone pistols inspired by action movies like Bad Boys add to the game's visual flair. Additionally, giving enemies different weapons and behaviors, such as assault rifle wielding enemies who can't strafe, adds variety to enemy encounters. One final detail I added, inspired by fighting games, is a brief freeze frame effect when enemies take damage. This subtle touch makes each shot feel more impactful and powerful, reinforcing the game's focus on fun and visceral action. I plan to enhance this effect further with particle effects similar to those seen in Tekken. That's it for today's update. Thank you for following along on this journey. Your feedback is invaluable, so please join our Discord community, or visit my website to stay updated and share your thoughts. Together, we can make Bad Girl Turbo the best game it can be.